with This Week in Auto History.
Oh, boy.
And Konrad is chomping at the bit.
So this week in 1989 was when Mazda debuted the Miata, the little roadster with a big personality. The car's been turning heads ever since, putting smiles on drivers' faces, and is a huge part of Mazda's racing program, their road racing program. And Mazda provides just a boatload of support for the Miata racing programs. It's a little bit nostalgic because Mazda tried to duplicate the British Roadster in the Miata, except this one works because it doesn't have Lucas wiring on it. So, but Miata's been quite a hit. In 1998, Dale Earnhardt Sr. finally won the Daytona 500.
I watched a repeat of that just this week on the internet. Wow. And everybody came out of the pits.
Yeah, this is everybody came out to congratulate him after so many years of finishing near the end, but sometimes,
running out of gas.
Right.
Yeah, stuff like that.
So, and then in 2000 this week, Chrysler released the PT Cruiser begins production. When the car first went on sale, demand often outpaced supply. And the PT Cruiser won the 2001 North American Car of the Year award.
I had one as a company car.
So that says a lot about the taste of
what year was that?
2000.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, my friend.
And then in 2001 this week was when Dale Earnhardt Sr. lost his life at the Daytona 500.
Yeah.
The pictures were flipped. That's
okay. What a sad day that was. And with that, it brought a lot of new safety features to NASCAR itself with the Hans device and we had the guy on with the Hans, with one of the Hans devices and the softer walls and stuff. So very much a sad day. In 2008, in an attempt to cut costs, struggling General Motors offered to buy out 74,000 of its hourly employees in the United States. The move came after GM lost $38 billion with a B dollars in 2007.
Great management there.
Yeah, and they kept their jobs, but everybody else lost theirs.
Right.
Me being one of them. After being involuntarily separated. So in GM's ingenious way of doing business, they let the field engineers go. So we were the guys who were feeding back what the current product issues were to engineering and the assembly plants. Well, we don't need you. We need all the senior executives who make all the bad decisions that cost GM all the money.
And he's not bitter about it at all.
Next week he's going to tell us how he really feels.
After losing $38 billion in 2007, which at the moment was the largest loss ever experienced by any car maker, 2 weeks later in February, they adjusted that loss to $43 billion because they underestimated $38 billion. So they added another $4.6 billion to it. And then in, what was it?
Was Joe Biden running the company then?
Yeah. Hold my beer. Or hold my fully documented Corvette.
Hold something.
Yeah. And then in 2014, in Bowling Green, Kentucky, the GM plant that has been pumping out Corvettes since '91 is just a quarter mile away from the National Corvette Museum. And that was when the sinkhole happened at the National Corvette Museum, and all those cars fell into the sinkhole. Some very, very unique Corvettes fell into the sinkhole. They got all of them out. They actually restored a significant amount of them.
They only lost 3, I think.
And some of them they kept in the damaged state
and
still have them on display. You ever been to the National Corvette Museum?
Not
yet. The odd thing is it's really just across the highway from the plant. And I would think if there's a sinkhole underneath the museum, is there a sinkhole somewhere underneath the plant?
Waiting to happen.
Yeah. And then so it swallowed 8 of the museum's prize cars. Now, some of those cars were on loan from General Motors. A lot of those cars there at the museum are on loan from owners as well. And then the museum stores them, keeps them up, keeps them clean, kind of a nice perk to the owners. But so that was in 2014.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
this week in auto
Oh,
history.
you're done now. Okay.